Social media is not just another marketing channel. It constitutes a fundamental shift in the marketing ecology. There are different platforms, and the behavior on each platform is significantly different in social media. To add to that, the platforms by themselves are evolving, and consumers are in a constant change. They adapt their behavior according to every new change in technology. The science of identifying probable online customer networks, locating influencers on those networks or platforms, and engaging them to talk about your brand and its solutions is social media. Social media is all about conversation. In a business, it matters because the conversation relates to people who may use the product that you are selling, reasons as to why they would use the product, reasons as to why they dislike or critique a certain product, and even reasons as to why they like the product and recommend it to others. Social media is revolutionary because never before have businesses been in direct communication with customers to this extent, and never before have customers had such power over brands too. The depth of connection with the consumer is much more than any other medium. So here the vision and values of the company and the business must be true. Here are some interesting stats about social media. There are 3 billion internet users in the world and 2 billion are on the social media. 23% of the world population has access to social media through their mobiles. Here is another set of data regarding the usage of social networks and messaging apps. Facebook tops it. QQ is a China-based app. It is an interesting trend that Instagram is more popular than Twitter. Based on population and language, global trends differ in the US, but the top 3 are Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Why is social media so popular? Evolution has always been about communication. Even animals have their own form of communication. In our age, we have several means of communication. They can be textual, audio, video, images. It's also about conversation. It's about the freedom to join a conversation or even watch it without participating in it. It's about the choice to engage or not to engage. Social media is a part of our continued evolution. We have all heard the statement that man is a social animal. In this age of digitization, we have come up with our own language, and we are now able to communicate effectively within 140 characters. This image is simply to awe you with the complexity and the multiplicity of social platforms. This is an image of conversation happening on social media as visualized by Brian Solis in 2013. As said, it's highly complex and most conversations are happening simultaneously. This is the beginning of the new language, the hashtag. If I say we start our day with #coffee, I am instantly connected to all people who enjoy their coffee and who like to hashtag it. This kind of involvement and engagement is only possible in social media. Social media is integrated with marketing. This is an image of the funnel for social media. The company, mission, vision, values, and culture give the social media a direction. The brand is built on that direction, and this in turn results for value proposition for the customer. If the company, mission, and the brand language are in 2 different languages, social media efforts are just fall apart because the mission should be a continuation in the brand statement, and that should in return deliver value proposition for the customer. Businesses were slow to realize the value of social media, and now they have all jumped in. They listen, participate, and engage actively on social media and are now involved on every stage. According to Rick Dragon, in social media, businesses can identify the smallest possible segments of audience, customers, and user and constituents, identify the communities that micro-segments those that they belong to and how they behave and what they are saying, identify the influencers of those communities, respond to any comments and feedbacks, and engage the communities into meaningful conversation. Here are some of the kinds of social media campaigns that businesses take. They are brand beachhead, influencer outreach, community building, big bang, employee customer brand ambassador, reputation and crisis management. What do you mean by all of this? For brand beachhead, generally the businesses claim their real estate on social media services, develop their profile, monitor it, and are responsive to it. As an influencer outreach, they identify and focus on influencers on certain topics relevant to the product and service and engage with them in meaningful conversations. Either build a proactive community through community building with lots of conversation, and being a part of those conversations is when you are community building on social media. When you are creating a big bang sort of campaign on social media, we are talking about press notices and press releases and a lot of noise associated with it. Employee and customer brand ambassadors is a bit like influencer outreach, where you identify employees and brand ambassadors and train them to be a part of your company's voice. And finally, reputation and crisis management, wherein somebody leaves a negative comment and then you are all trying to cover it up or respond to it. Here are some popular social media and app messaging platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, G+, Pinterest, Facebook Chat, Snapchat, WhatsApp, WeChat, Skype are among only some of them. Each platform targets a particular segment. Twitter and Facebook, for example, stand out for customer feedback. LinkedIn works best for B2B. YouTube is a search engine by itself and works well both for entertainment, food, and education. Pinterest works very well for businesses that have a pictorial element like landscaping, recipes, designs, pictures. Instagram works very well for lifestyle, food, fashion personalities, and luxury brands. G+ is more formal. It's more about bonding again. It's more formal than Facebook and Twitter. So we use G+ for networking. We have talked about social media being a part of conversation and talking about them. But what is the role of content in social media? Who creates those conversations? Your social media is about brand perception of your company. So when you are creating those conversations, research your target audience well, because depending upon the channel, you have to keep your content informative and yet interesting. Add humor, build trust and interest, ask questions to keep on engaging your customer and audiences. The key to the best content is creating personas for each platform, creating a strategy for each platform, and finally defining the objective of every campaign. Just don't go out and post there. Give a direction to your content when you identify the objective. You will learn more about creating personas later on in these chapters. Till then, just be content that the content that you need to create should reflect the persona you are targeting. Whenever we take a presentation on social media or whenever we are teaching social media, we are asked, is blogging a part of social media? Some say yes, some say no. Blogging is basically about creating content and inviting engagement on that content. So we go with the yes. It depends upon your strategy. You need to blog regularly to invite reaction and engage with the audience. But if you're engaging with the audience on another platform about your blog post, then blogging becomes a part of content marketing, not social media. But then again, the content is a part of the social media, so blogging again becomes a part of social media. Nevertheless, the objective of both blogging and social media is marketing, so there is a need for cohesion on this. Social media is a weapon in the hands of the customer, and if they are annoyed with you, they will let the world know. Negative reviews are bad for both long-term businesses and new businesses. All the same, every review, positive or negative, should have a response on the social media. Remember, when you're settling issues, never go public with anything. Move the conversation into the private sphere. Take a scenario. Supposing you are the owner of a business and suddenly find a trending hashtag, #this business sucks. What is your first reaction? Lots of businesses just jump, react without ascertaining the complete facts. So find out the facts before responding to the complaint. You can apologize in public and take the conversation to the private. Bad reviews show up when a prospect is searching about your company. So you can't stop that from happening. So your bad reviews do need a response. Just don't ignore them. In summary, social media marketing specific to social platforms. Use media extensively so that you get customers to review your product and services and to share information about your brand. Companies need to be proactively involved in social media. Do not ignore this. Be there where your customers are.